Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternities, the 6th expansion of Guild Wars 2. The announcement trailer is out, and today, in this video, we want to overanalyze it. So be sure to grab a cup of tea and enjoy the ride. As always, special shout out to all my supporters on YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon that help me keep the lights on. And now, without much further ado, let's jump straight in. Of course, let me know your takes in the comment zone as well. I'm just giving you my impression here of this video, what we get, and I will always stop it when we hear something or see something new. And if you want to see the trailer in action for yourself without me talking over it, please check out the description where the link is. So here's the first shot where we see some kind of ship, which we probably use to sail there.
The Inquest are searching for. We need to find it first.
In the background, it's just a lore reference, what's actually happening, so that we are looking out for the Inquest and seeing what they are actually doing there. We see some stormy ships in this image. Then we see the new islands. Looks really beautiful, like I mentioned in my analysis of the blog post already. Looks really cool how the islands are looking. And then we see again the wizards and just a nice look again on the beach. So you can see in the background there is the skimmer already hovering over there. Maybe that's a new skin. I'm not a big mount skin, like my knowledge is not so great. Maybe you know, maybe that's the hummingbird skimmer, maybe it's a new skin. Looks really cool in either way. So that's definitely already showcasing the skimmer.
These fools have no idea.
Then we get the new map. Hopefully we get some crazy new hero points there to get all the cool elite spec unlocks. Hopefully that's back. That was really cool. One of the core games features. It got a little bit lost with Soto and Janterwalds. So you can see some bubbles floating around, really nice looking stone structures and some palm trees.
The power.
Then again, the floating tree that we saw already. The magic.
The ley energies.
Yeah, and that's probably the main story, that there's a lot of ley energy there and magic in general, and that's what we're gonna, let's say, prevent the Inquest from using probably. That's the main story.
On Castora, flow.
And some nice birds. And a big tree again.
The wildlife.
This is some kind of raptor skin that is probably there as a pet, or maybe even as probably even as an enemy. Very interesting as well. I think that might be a new enemy type. Just some, I would say, new reduced asset using a new skin on top. That's good. Then this one, it's very interesting. This one is from the flowers and stuff, looking like some kind of ranger and stuff, but from typical, like how they display it, that could also be like the Queen of the Dark Green, could be a ritualist. I'm not sure about the icon here in the middle, but that with the dagger and stuff, I actually could see that this is a ritualist slaying a foe and getting some kind of buff, because, you know, that's a ritual or something. I could see that, but of course you don't see any real attacks here. And this is again probably a raid boss, convergence boss, something. Has the same animated thing as the Titans in Janterwalds. And then we get a new skimmer skin. This is very like ancient looking. Looks interesting. Then a new animal that we see there. And that's probably already the first attack that we get. Some kind of rapid shooting water boys. Looks a little bit like a dragonfly as well here from this perspective. I think this like gun shooting water boys will probably some kind of combat attack like this sky scale fireball. Then this is very interesting. This is some kind of scepter wielding with a pistol. And it looks very much like, with the headset and stuff, looks very like futuristic for Guild Wars theme. And maybe this is like the thief spec. Feels at least like it, because it's scepter pistol. Not a lot of classes can do that. I think the only class except thief that can actually do that is in this setup is Mesmer. And I don't no, Guardian is also the same, but this is definitely not Guardian. And also from the colors, I think this is definitely the thief. What exactly can we get from this one? Not so much. They are shooting, but they are shooting 5 things. So I'm not really sure what this is, why they are shooting fireballs. Maybe you can alter your pistol skills, or they get some rework there, or really interesting. And very interesting. Then this is again the ritualist attacking. Then you see here probably new skins that we get. But the interesting part is not only that we see here some, maybe it's also some new characters, I don't know exactly, but looks very interesting. But in the background, that's the more important part here, I would say. You see this. Do you see this? This is like some dog, some jackal or something, like in fire. this is my prediction for being the elemental of that we can summon as the elementalist. Some kind of kitsune vibe, some kind of like fox fire thing. And this will be summonable from the fire attuned or something like that. There it is again. I think this will be the thing that we can summon as the elementalist. I think it will not be lingering around as much. I think it's more like a thing that you summon and you get a buff and something, and that's it. But you can see here another thing that's very interesting. That's like you have some money here. Maybe that's a treasure hunter or something with a rival. That could be a lot of things. I'm not sure if that's again the thief. Maybe that's engineer. I have no clue. Very interesting. And also another pet that we see here. Maybe it's just a character in the lore. This is definitely the bard with the flute. So very interesting as well. You can, of course, play some music, but you not only have the lute, but you also have the flute. So maybe that's because you actually have multiple kits that you can swap into, stuff like that. Maybe very interesting. And I think some kind of like the blade song gets with the gun saber. I think that could actually be happening for other specs, like for example Mesmer with the kit, or could also be for Elementalist with the Kitsune summoning thing. And then we have here the Inquest base again, more Inquest base. Very interesting, cool looking, futuristic. Again, we have some characters running away. Looks like some kind of cutscene in the fight, in the story. Yeah, and again, Inquest and story. Yeah, and that's just, I guess, a lore reference that I don't get. What would you sacrifice for power? I have no clue. That is probably something that we will explore further in the expansion. But 28th of October, that's what we get. And then we get some cool outro in the cinematic as well. And yeah, Visions of Eternity. That's the new expansion name. So cool expansion, cool trailer, I would say. Let me know your takes in the comments down below. But in any case, I think very much cool things to see that we didn't get in the blog post yet, but we are still missing some elite specs, of course, most of them actually. We just know the Elementalist now, I would say pretty much surely. Then we saw the image of the Guardian, we saw the Ranger, and we saw the Ritualist and the Mesmer one. I think those are like pretty much guaranteed that will be looking like that. The others, we don't have any clue about, and I'm really excited to see the other ones. I actually expected that we would get them with the blog post as well, all the names, all the elite specs, which would go to which class, but we didn't. So I'm very much looking forward to all the live streams, all these things that will come over the course of the next weeks, even months, until we get in October, the expansion release and get all the features there. And I hope they keep up the hype over the course of the next weeks, months, because if it would just be now big hype, everyone is happy about the expansion, or most people, and then it dies down because nothing happens anymore, that would be sad. So I hope we get very much content over the course of time in terms of new reveals, new hype up, maybe new features that they will bring out later. And who knows what the future will bring. So I'm very excited for that. Let me know if you're hyped up as well in the comments. I hope we get some more information in the very near future as well. Of course, I will cover it. If you want to see that, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like. Special shout out to all my supporters again. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.